got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
Sorry. Welcome back to an episode of the Ministry of Truth. I know it's been a couple days, but I'm going to show you the method behind my madness and why. I don't know, just the way it works. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll keep that method in my madness and continue down exactly what I fucking mean. That's why I won't explain the method to my madness, because, obviously if you got good shit to say, people don't want to listen. But it doesn't matter, because I'm going to start off with the music, and if you don't like it, I don't really give a fuck. Welcome to my world.
Yeah. Motivated by the brake lights. My intention was to help life. Red or blue, but my soul's mine. I ain't perfect, but I do try. Every move I make to watch life. I'm a trip, I'm seeing all lights. Times are changing, but I still find good enough, patriot mind.
When Uncle Sam asked for fathers who young, I signed a paper and raised my hand up. Went to the sand with the guns and the grunts. Fought for my lady named America. When I came back, I got plenty of love. Ladies would kiss me and homies would hug. Until I told them I voted for Trump. Then they said Biden and shoulders were shrugged. Then I said why, then I thought that was why I was fighting the violence overseas. Females are dying if they even trying to open a book and go and read. All the males dying for freedom, they clinging on planes cause the states where they'd rather be. While some of you letting these politics get in your noggin and push away family. I live in a place where they trying to mine issue-wide equations, subtracting your time. And seem like the dumbest people multiplying. Math and math in the country divided. Want you somewhere between dark and the light. And wanna separate the black and the white. And want us to hate up for others' dislikes. And whatever happened to all us united. All of the soldiers who fought and they died. From civil war all the way to civil rights. And Buffalo Soldier and Rosa Parks ride. And MLK, Malcolm X, Emmett Till crying. Now for his mama, cross is on fire. Black as you're not in the sky with the comments. That is who I am if you combine them. But you can't bind them, patriot minded.
Motivated by the brake lights. My intention was to help life. Red or blue, but my soul's mine. I ain't perfect, but I do try. Every move I make to watch life. I'm a trip, I'm seeing all lights. Times are changing, but I still find good enough, patriot mind. What is the perfect way to word it? When does the good become a burden? I ain't searching, I'm just betting that I'm hurting for the people I've been for the people serving. No, why do I fight for this? Have I lost sight? And if good men find wise in bad times, has that good man found purpose then? I don't know. Red and blue stitched on my right shoulder. I'm an American and I show it. I'm not afraid to be all alone. When no one shows up, I always just fall forward. I stand for the weak. Are you a lion or are you a sheep? See, I took an oath to give you my peace. Embracing the fire, defining my reason. I need you to see that I came from a people that work with their hands. The callus is equal, my collar is blue, and I bleed when I need to. I'm leading my sequel to become a steeple surrounded by evil, but that is not all. Will you be strong enough when no one calls? When you are broken and nobody knows it, can you find the hope inside of your soul? Under God, He knows I'm a sinner, but maybe He made me that way, so I give Him 100% in the fight when I'm in it. See, I do not quit until I am finished. Been given the mindset of a patriot. You can disagree, even hate me when these colors don't bleach set within. I represent my country when I'm motivated by the brake lights. My intention was to help life. Red or blue, but my soul's mine. I ain't perfect, but I do try. Every move I make to watch life. I'm a trip, I'm seeing all lights. Times are changing, but I still find good enough, patriot mind.
Mama would tell me the stories, running calls, lights flash and they never bored me. Dad would always just say how it was, fighting for freedom, bombs dropped from above. All golden rule, no silver spoon. Treat them how you would want them to treat you. Dig down and work hard and always pull yourself back up from the strap on your boots. That's how I got where I'm at. Die from the weight to carry family on my back. And I can say it is fact, I'd run into battle if they were under attack. And I do it for you. Pride of my nation means that's what I do. Greater love hath no man is true. If I do die, then bury me in red, white, and blue. There's snakes in the grass, leave them unchecked. How long will we last? Watching your moves to see if you pass. Your fish in the bowl, their face on the glass. Act like a robot, no smiles are fun. While they think they know this job they've not done. Even though they see no human in me, my blood drips red, same blood as they bleed. What makes us American is in the end we're together. No matter how divided or bad the weather. But is this really our purpose? Treading in water with heads above surface. I'm back on the grind, nose to the stone. I know I'll make it although I'm alone. The devil just wants us to fail, but we're making it fine. Fighting to climb, patriot mind.
Been given the mindset of a patriot.
I like that song. I actually just heard it today and it kind of sticks. But it brings back a lot of, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I was brought up different. Maybe it's because I've learned different. Maybe it's because I'm just built different. But there's certain petty things that obviously people want to pay more attention to than the real world. I guess when they feel that the real world is way too fucking hard for them to comprehend, they'll stick with easy shit. Easy shit that other people tell them. Easy shit that they go along with the crowd, then they must be in the in crowd. It's all fucking bullshit. You guys get so caught up in bullshit that you forget what's going on in the real world. Well, if I like the real world, I don't live in this fantasy LARP bullshit because I've actually been in the real world. I've done real life LARPing. Y'all think you want the smoke? Guarantee you not a single one of you would handle the smoke. And that's where I'm at. Pretty fucking plain and simple. Now back with what I got going on today. Got a lot of shit going on in politics. Joe Biden obviously gave remarks to police officers because it's International Cop Day. Peace Officers Memorial Service. And then we got a lot of stuff that's going on between the Senate Judiciary Committee. And, well, I'm glad y'all are here for it. If y'all want to stay, great. If you don't, then go back to one of your drama panels. And you know what? Leave me alone.
Today we share our grief with the families of our fallen heroes. We draw strength from each other, from the memories, and from the certainty that they will live on in our hearts. On this solemn day of remembrance, it is our honor to welcome to our 43rd Annual National Peace Officers Memorial Service, Joseph R. Biden, the President of the United States. He's been a part of our service many times over the years, as President, as Vice President, and during his time in the U.S. Senate. On behalf of our members and our families, thank you, Mr.
Because this
President,
whole
for again
fucking party is all about defunding the police. All of a sudden they want to be, oh, hey, we support the police. No, you fucking don't. You just had a fucking committee talking to shit about defending the police all over again. Joe Biden doesn't care about the cops. The Democratic Party doesn't care about the cops. Well, hell, sometimes even the Republican Party doesn't give a fuck about the cops. They care about what's getting them richer.
Joining us today. Brothers and sisters, our surviving families, and distinguished guests, please join me in welcoming the President of the United States, Joseph R. Biden.
President Yost, Auxiliary President Henney, Auxiliary President Lehman, Executive Director and good friend Jimmy Pasco.
What?
Thank you for your service to our nation and for inviting me to join you once again today. I'd also like to thank the Attorney General, the Deputy Attorney General Monaco, and as well as the Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas, and the Director of the FBI, Secret Service, Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, U.S. Marshal Service, and the Capitol Police for their leadership. We're also joined by my good friend, Wade Carpenter, President of the Chiefs of Police, and Ed Kelly, President of the Firefighters Union. And thank you, members of the Congress, for here today.
Joe, seeing a lot of the public servants that aren't exactly on your side. And it's not hard to see, except for maybe you, because they barely let you out of the basement.
2 weeks ago, I was in Charlotte, North Carolina, to spend some time with the families of the 8 brave police officers who were shot in the line of duty. Tragically, 4 of them were killed. They were husbands, fathers,
And they didn't want you there.
heroes. And all of you who served, and for your families left behind, you live a simple truth. Every time you put on that shield and walk out of the house, your family wonders if that call will come, or if they'll get that
Oh, the
terrible
way your
call.
government is, Joe, that's with anybody now. Anybody. Anytime you walk outside, whoops, that's the wrong button. Anytime you walk outside the house because of your soft on crime DAs and all that good stuff, nobody's really safe walking outside the house anymore. Let's be real.
Somewhere during the day or night. We owe you as a nation. This year, we honor over 200 heroic women and men from all across the law enforcement community who made the ultimate sacrifice. For all the families of our fallen officers, I know hearing the name of your husband, wife, father, mother, son, or daughter, brother, sister, brings it all back as if you got that news just 10 minutes ago.
Let me guess,
A black hole.
you lost your
Middle
son
of your
too?
chest. You feel like you're being
know how it
sucked
feels?
into. It's like losing part of your soul.
Say it.
I know.
Told you.
When my son Bo spent a year in Iraq,
I fucking called it. First of all, Joe, your piece of shit son, Bo, did not die in Iraq. He died of fucking cancer years later.
came home with stage 4 glioblastoma. He was going to die, and he did. I know what it's like. I get a feeling that you all know as well who have lost in the past. You know, I found out there's only one thing, at least for me, when I got the call that my wife and daughter were dead, when I got the call my son was about to die. I know the only one thing that helped, family. If you have family, hold them tight. Hold on to each other. Because the day will come, it's hard to believe, when the thought of your husband or your wife or your son or your daughter will bring a smile to your lips before it brings a tear to your eye. It takes a long time, but it will come. My wish for you to come sooner than later. There's a line from the English poet John Milton. He said, they also
Wait,
serve...
You say he wishes their family members deaths would come sooner? Maybe I misunderstood that.
will only stand and wait. Every family of an officer stands and waits so the loved one can serve the rest of us.
Probably because he is
I admire
tiny.
your courage and being
You woke
here.
up early for this.
I hope you take comfort in the knowledge that their sacrifice will never be forgotten, and that in this extended family of women and men assembled here today, they'll always be there for you. Other police officers, they'll always be there for you. Throughout my career, I've unfortunately spoken to too many funerals of too many police officers. Extraordinary, brave, heroic public servants who kept us safe.
He's just 80 years old
Being a
with
police officer is not just what
dementia.
you do, it's who you are. You're just like all the women and men in law enforcement I grew up with in Scranton and Claymont, Delaware. You always run toward danger as others run away from it. Most of you, when you were kids, you did it, long before you became an officer. You run toward the cries for help.
No, it
knowing
doesn't.
that you could be of help. It's part of your DNA.
Maybe because he has his eyebrow
to
up.
serve, to protect, to defend. You represent the very best of America. You're the steel spine of this country. Back in February, I convened a group of police chiefs at the White House to talk about the hard work you're doing to make our community safer. Being a cop is one hell of a lot harder than it's ever been. We expect everything of you. We expect everyone. Drug counselors, you're supposed to be, protecting people who are overdosing. Social workers, the kids who have been abandoned. Guardians, communities flooded with weapons of fear.
And illegals.
That's why since day one of my presidency, I've been working to make sure you have the tools you need to protect the partners you need.
Yes, he's going to make sure we have the tools by trying to keep pushing gun control narratives because, if they have stricter gun laws, bad guys will abide by them.
The community to help. During the pandemic, I signed the American Rescue Plan that provided $350 billion to states and cities that they could use to keep communities safe, retain and hire more police officers, pay overtime and bonuses, expand benefits for disabled first responders, and support violent prevention strategies. Places like Detroit, Toledo, Kansas City, Houston put more cops on the beat. It was one of the largest federal investments ever made in public safety. Also signed the most sweeping gun
You
safety law
can't
in
put
nearly
more
30
cops on the
years.
beat, Joe, if no one wants to be a fucking cop. You spent your entire administration, to include the 4 years of Trump, trying to demonize the police. You and your counterparts spent all this time dehumanizing police, and now all of a sudden you want people to respect them? Like we don't forget what the fuck you and your counterparts say? Come on, Joe. I know you're 80 plus fucking years old and you're reading off a teleprompter, but even you should be able to see through that bullshit.
Keep guns out of the hands of dangerous individuals while strengthening background checks for gun purchases, cracking down on illegal gun sales, reining in ghost guns that are increasingly found at crime scenes. My Safer American Plan invests $37 billion in public safety to hire more police officers.
He's going to give you $7 billion for public safety. However, didn't you just approve $100 billion to go to Israel of the weapons that you were withholding? Oh, yeah, that happened. That happened today, didn't it, Joe?
Trained in community policing to build trust, to solve crimes faster. I'm grateful for the partnership of Jim and the other law enforcement officers that we work together on my executive order on policing. My Safer American Plan also makes investments to support programs that have proven to tackle the root causes of crime, to ensure you have the psychologists and the social workers responding to crisis alongside you. We also know that police officers deal with unbelievable stress.
Whoever was in charge of that microphone
Every
needs
time
to
you
be
respond
fired.
to a call, execute a warrant,
Big time.
or conduct a traffic spot, there's a tremendous risk. Fear of ambush, anxiety of not knowing what's behind that door, the trauma of bearing witness to the most horrible tragedies imaginable. That's why our administration is laser focused on providing you with the mental health and wellness resources you need and deserve. That's why I also signed extended benefits for families of officers who tragically died by suicide, honoring Capitol police officers like Howard Liebengood,
Fuck
who
that dude.
defended the Capitol on January 6th.
He had a heart attack.
Dad I knew well when he served as Sergeant at Arms of the United States Senate.
Oh, he
We
killed
remember all
himself?
our law enforcement who
Oh,
defend.
wait. Did he actually kill himself, Joe? Or did he have information on Hillary Clinton? Because that's typically what happens to people that want to fucking whistleblow. We know this. Everyone knows this.
On our democracy on that terrible day. And Congress should also pass the Honor and Fallen Heroes Act that extends benefits to first responders who are exposed to toxic substances and die of cancer. I know so many who still carry the physical and invisible wounds of your service. We can never thank you enough for your courage, your service, and your sacrifice. You risk your lives every day.
Wait a second. We've been watching him for almost 9 minutes. Not once has he referred to police officers as veterans. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think he's mentioned the word veterans once. What's up, Annoyed?
For the safety of the people you don't even know. That's why each of you, each and every one of you is a hero. It's no accident that violent crime is near a record 50-year low. A 50-year low is because of extraordinary efforts by all of you and your communities.
No, we're at a
Together as a
50-year low on crimes because you don't arrest and you don't prosecute in a lot of these bigger cities. To catch and release. Kind of funny because we can't do that at the border, but we can do it at the police stations. Fuck, man.
historic steps taken to support you. To stop the flow of illegal guns, to hold gun traffickers accountable for crimes. It matters, and it matters a lot. I often say there's no greater
wait.
responsibility of
So if they can make anything punishable to, go after previous presidents for the stuff they did while they were in office, can we go back and get Operation Fast and Furious? Can we do that? Can we go back to Benghazi? Because, they had the means to stop it. They just decided, nah, it'll be okay.
government than ensuring the safety of the American people and those who sacrifice to protect us all. We've made a lot of progress, but there's still much more to be done. Let me close. To the families here today, my wife and I know how hard it is in different ways. But I promise you, the day will come again when the memory of your loved one will bring a smile to your lips before it brings a tear to your eye.
What?
It may take a couple seasons, but it will come.
Seasons? We call it years.
Remember one thing that is never fully lost: your love for them and their love for you. God bless you all. May God protect law enforcement, and may God protect our troops.
And may God bless America. Come on, dude. Sorry, Joe. With the way your party has been treating police over the past decade, I don't believe a single word you said because, well, you probably don't know what you said. But I knew you were going to bring your dead son into this, who died of cancer, right? He didn't die in the line of duty, right? Come on, Joe. Stop trying to make this shit about your son who died of cancer. It's over. It's not like we can bring him back. You don't even... Be honest. Do you get depressed when you think about your dead son? Or do you even think about him? Because obviously, maybe that's why you let Hunter get away with everything. Because, well, wait, didn't Hunter get kicked out of the Navy for cocaine? Oh, whoa. Next story. So Donald Trump has agreed, not Donald Trump, Joe Biden has agreed to finally debate President Donald Trump. And if I'm reading it right, they want it to be in front of no crowd. Why would that be? They don't want the crowd to actually give their opinion, because maybe they'll boo Joe more than they want him to, because they can't block that out, especially if they keep stopping it so Joe can talk. Imagine if it's like this. Hold on. Hopefully WWE doesn't strike me. All right, check this out. Imagine if this what happens when Joe Biden takes the stage for the debate, and this is his reaction. Just listen to the crowd.
I can't.
Come on, talk. Come on, talk, Joe. No?
Hey, let him speak.
Yeah, let Joe speak.
Don't pay him no mind.
Shit. That's how I see the debate going if Joe Biden in front of an open crowd. Because it's not like he pulled 100,000 people the other day for a fucking rally. Oh, that wasn't Joe. That was Donald Trump. Where? In New fucking Jersey. Crazy. Anyway, let's get back to the debate and what Pelosi thinks about it. Because everybody cares what Pelosi thinks when she fucking got demolished by a young Brit in the House of or the Commons, something like that, in a debate. Damn. And you couldn't come back from it.
How you doing? Rescue. The president today challenged Donald Trump to 2 debates. Donald Trump, what do you think about that idea? And are you concerned at all about the president's poll numbers? He's really struggling in a lot of swing
Numbers
states
are
at this
fake.
moment.
I think the president's going to be the next president of the United States.
Joe Biden
I myself
or
would
Donald
never
Trump?
recommend going on a stage with Donald Trump, but the president has decided that's what he wants to do.
Why? Ask yourself why, Nancy. For unreal, for real, for real. Why wouldn't you debate your opponent? That's a fucking sign of you hiding shit. It's crazy. How about, hear me out, invite RFK to the debate. I'd be interested. RFK, are you interested? I know you're speaking at the, was that Joe? Or Donald?
I think the format he is suggesting is a good one. But
Well, why wouldn't you suggest
Dude, her
going on
face
stage with
doesn't
Donald
even
Trump?
move.
stalking Hillary Clinton, he wasn't professional, he wasn't presidential, he wasn't meeting the dignity of the office. I think you all should have separate town hall meetings with them, let them challenge them with questions about the future. And,
No, you want to challenge
let
them
the
so you
public
can
make its
actually
decision
debate
rather
each
than
other.
put
That's the whole purpose of a debate, not a fucking town hall. A debate.
again, the president has made this decision. I think it's a good compromise.
Do you worry at all about his poll numbers at this moment? I mean, especially in swing states
Christ,
and
you
what
bring
you're
the
seeing
flag there,
on the
bitch.
ground.
You always run. It's a campaign. It's a battle. So you always run in a
You run
owning
away?
the ground. I'm a grassroots person. Mobilization.
Oh, you want to run owning the ground. So that would be actually competing in the debate. Because, trying to do it not in front of an audience or doing town halls or virtually, that's fucking running from it. Because think about it. What would happen if they're doing a virtual debate and suddenly the internet went out, right? I could totally see the government doing that.
message to inspire, money to get the job done, the 3 M's. And no, I have every confidence that the president will win. But it's always a fight. And so when people say, oh, it's going to be close, it's this or that, yeah, it always is.
Should he do anything differently, the president?
think this is gonna be
Should he do
close.
anything differently?
Well, I think that he is doing something differently. He's getting out there, showing what he has done. But you don't win elections on what you have done. It's about the future. So that's what he's saying.
Now think about what she just said. It's not about the things you've done. It's about the future. Joe is so fucking old. How do we know he's going to be around for the future? Or is that what the plan is?
More to be done. Let's finish the job. That's his theme.
Should he talk about Trump's criminal cases at all?
No, I don't think that's. I think it's all about the kitchen table. What we intend to do as Democrats have to do with the kitchen table, whether that's family planning, whether it's pensions, whether it's raising the minimum wage, all those kinds of things. And we've done a great job, and we have to brag about it, but not expect it to be a reason, except a credential. We've done it. We've proven we can do it. There's more to be done.
One other thing, the president seems to be going forward with an arms deal with Israel, $1 billion an arms deal. Does that
Oh, it's
at all
one gun, my
concern you,
bad.
given this Rafah offensive appears to be moving forward?
No, I don't think there's anybody in the country that are qualified to make judgments.
All right, so here's the thing about the Rafah crossing. I've spoken about this before. This is where Israel has been telling all these refugees to go since, I can remember, right? So refugees are getting there. And what is Israel doing? Well, they're bombing the encampments. Why would they do that if they're telling everybody to go there? Oh, and that $1 billion package that we're sending to Israel is going to be used to help continue bombing the Rafah crossing, which, oh, by the way, there are 450 refugees there at this point, and they're now going to have to start fleeing because now you just turned it into another fish in a barrel type situation.
Judgments about how to work with Israel than this president. He's been a friend. We all love Israel. We all want Israel to succeed, have the right to defend itself, herself. And again, he knows the value we place on protecting civilians. He's always been for a two-state solution, as many of us have.
No, he
have been.
hasn't.
So with a concern for the concern of civilians, and he's made that very clear, with an interest in what happens next there has to be a two-state solution. Again, helping Israel defend itself. What happened on October
Well, that's
7th
what
was a
fucking Ukraine. Hamas had offered the Israelis a 5-year truce and a two-party state. But Israel's like, fuck that, we're gonna take all you out. So obviously what you're saying is either one, false, or two, you guys really aren't doing anything but sitting back and saying, well, let's let them erase them off the map because we need to destabilize this entire planet. So people like the new, hang on, where is it? Give me 2 seconds. I'm looking up the name real quick. New America. So people like the New America, which, I'm going to show you something about New America. I'm going to get totally off tangent, but fuck it, because now I just want to get all this shit out. So somebody brought up New America to me the other day, and I was like, wait a second, what is that? I've never heard about it. Okay, so looked up their webpage. We are dedicated to realizing the promise of America in an era of rapid technological and social change. At New America, our research and policy recommendations focus on 5 key thematic areas: education, from the birth to workforce, family, economic security, and well-being, people and planet-centered global politics, political reform and civic management, and technology and democracy. I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound too bad. But then I was looking more. Let's find out their funding. Just curious on who funds them. So let's go down the list. 2018. Okay. Oh, look at this. Rockefeller Foundation, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Ford, U.S. Department of State. Why is the U.S. Department of State funding this for $1.6 million in 2018? At least once. Then you got all the big banks. You got more Bill and Melinda Gates. Oh shit, there's 18 pages just for this alone. But State Department. You guys don't find that weird. Then you've got the Bill and Melinda Gates numerous times. It's almost like they're trying to tell you, hey, we've been funding this the whole time. 2019. Rockefeller, Bill Gates, State Department. Oh shit. They doubled it. They doubled the amount they gave to New America. Makes sense, right? You got the war making machines, you got banks, more Bill Gates. Oh, there's Google. Walmart. Okay. More Ford, Kellogg's, Arizona State. Heard a lot about Arizona State being a piece of shit now. More Arizona State. Whoa. Maybe the protesters are right. Because look, Arizona State made, at least right here in this part, 2 donations. And the description, Future of War Partnership. Why the fuck is it like that? Why do we need the Future of War Partnership from a college and they're donating money in that cause? Interesting. That just makes no sense. I continue. More Rockefeller for education, obviously. Where's the Bill mates? Early education. So indoctrination for Rockefeller and Bill. City Foundation, another one that can help monitor your money. Because, well, if they can control your money, they can control you. Ask the Canadians during the Freedom Trucker. Oh, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. $200,000. That's not bad. I mean, they are rich. Democracy Fund, Open Society. Oh. All right. Let's look at 2020. You think the State Department's going to double? Or is it going to stay the same? Because this company's been around since 1999. Bill Gates. Oh, shit. Some pretty big donations for school. Let's see. State Department. Okay, only the same amount. Not bad. Bloomberg. That's a new one. Oh, shit. State Department again. Blockchain Trust Accelerator. That's weird. So State Department gave twice in 2020? Yep. Oh, Arizona State again for future tense, whatever the fuck that means. Go to 21. Rockefeller, same thing. Gates again. State Department. Okay. Bloomberg showed up again. State Department, another one. So they donated twice in 2021 as well. No way. Another one. 3 times in 2021. Why is our State Department giving money to a foundation that promotes a new government? Let's see. State Department. Okay, that's not. Wait, did I miss the first one? Nope. So far, only one in 2022. Maybe people are starting to pay attention. Nope, there's 2. And now let's check 2023. Who they get their money from. All right, be careful, Bo. Oh, Rockefeller's back. Of course, we got the Bill and Melania Gates. Oh, maybe we stop. What's DAI? Future and Land Housing. Ooh. Oh, there it is, State Department. That's great. I love supporting foundations like this. You know, for a more. Oh, there it is. Oh, they're selling advertising. They're paying for advertising. Why? Look, ASU still doing a future war partnership. Huh. Weird, right? Seems like a pretty interesting organization because they incubate ideas, policies, and solutions for new America, right? New America. That doesn't sound bad or anything. I mean, pretty sure we are the new America. But, it's what patriot conspiracies are. Patriot conspiracies. Moving on from Pelosi because she can suck a giant cock. Now let's get into this committee hearing. Shit, my bad. From this morning. Gets. Actually, do I really want to? All right. So really don't want to stop because there's only one person watching, or cut it short because there's only one person watching, but I'm going to continue with a couple more stories and then I'm going to go probably disappear for another couple days. This happened yesterday after they all attended the court hearing for Donald Trump and the Michael Cohen testimony. You got 2 senators, 1 governor, and then we got my boy Vivek, and they're giving their thoughts on what they heard.
Morning, everyone. I'm Governor Doug Burgum, along with our Congressman and Vivek. We're here today to offer some observations of firsthand. I think one thing that we've all known is this was a sham trial, but when you have an opportunity to see it up close and personal, you can see it's actually a scam trial. When you've got
We've all known that. Everyone knows that.
a judge that's a donor to
What's up, Yeti?
Biden, you got prosecutors that are supporters of Biden, and then you've got relatives of the judge that are benefiting financially
Stefanik mentioned that.
from this trial and that information. And then you've got the star witness is a serial perjurer. Then you have to ask yourself, what is this all about? And I think the only conclusion, of course, is it's election interference and it's tying up the president from being out on the campaign trail. And of course, we know that from the polls that have come out, even from the New York Times, Rasmussen Interactive this week, President Trump is leading all over the country. And
Don't believe the
conclusion you can
polls.
draw
Joe
from
Biden
that is
tells
the
you those
American
polls are wrong. Joe Biden's polling way ahead of Trump right now. That's what the administration tells us.
people have already acquitted Donald Trump because the things that they're concerned about, inflation, crime, the border, the economy, all of these things, President Trump is leading by huge double digits versus Joe Biden. And the sooner that this scam trial can be concluded, the sooner that the president can get back to getting out campaigning and talking to the American people about the issues that matter to them. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to the congressman, then Vivek. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen of America, this trial is a joke. This thing
You know
is
how
a
they only
farce.
have the American
We were in
flag
there
on
all
there?
morning.
Fucking patriot,
Michael
bro.
Cohen basically sat there and said, yeah, he invoiced legal expenses. The Trump campaign, the Trump organization, not the campaign, paid out money in legal expenses. Where's the crime? There is no crime. The only crime that's happening here is this Democrat judge and the Democrat Party prosecuting their political rival right in the middle of a presidential election. The crime here is that the issues facing our nation are not being addressed by the Democrats, but they want to go after Donald Trump. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing that has been wrong here. Nothing that has been done poorly by President Trump. The only thing that's being done wrong is by this judge. His daughter's making money, raising money for Democrats, and all of the fundraising emails and all the fundraising things are about this trial that his daughter is using. He won't recuse himself. This is a travesty of justice. This is a misuse of the justice system. And look around New York. New York's got plenty of issues. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. You have all of NYPD's finest down here because of this travesty going on in that courtroom. Meanwhile, the citizens of New York are less safe, and the district attorney in New York is not prosecuting real crime. He's a Soros-backed DA going after his chief political rival in Donald Trump. America is better than this. And so unfortunately, it's going to take the American people this November to let their voices be heard on this travesty of justice that's occurring and making sure that Donald Trump is the 47th president of the United States. I've never seen anything like it. This is a joke. It is a farce. It is a travesty. We are better than this as Americans. And unfortunately, the Democrat Party has lost their ever-loving minds. And so it's going to take the American people to remind
motherfucking
them
minds.
that
I'll say it
justice
for you.
is supposed to be blind. It is not supposed to be going after political opponents and political rivals. With that, I'll turn it over to my colleague from Florida, Congressman Corey Mills.
Thank you so much. What did we learn here today? What we've learned is that Michael Cohen is listed as...
Oh, by the way, Mills, fuck you because you want to send money and weapons to help Israel.
...invoice as being an actual legal precedent.
Yo, this dude has literally
fact,
filed an article of impeachment for Joe Biden because he was withholding that aid to Israel. Fucking crazy, isn't it?
he's now claiming that it's something other than that and that he knowingly and fraudulently put that forward. Look, as we talked about, why do they want this trial to continue? Well, they want it to continue because this is the fundraising source for Adam Schiff, for Biden, and for the Democrat opponents. This is nothing more than election interference at its finest. You are seeing where the weaponization of what was the Department of Justice, now the Department of Injustice, has continued to be utilized against the American people and against the President of the United States.
Hey, what's up, Laura?
I will tell you
there's
right
no
now, the same
community,
way that I stand here steadfast
what's that
behind our
word? Drama
president, I know
here,
that
so
America stands with
FYI.
him as well. They see this sham indictment. They see this for what it is without any actual substance whatsoever. Keep in mind, they keep actually talking about the FEC violations, but when you're utilizing personal funds or you're utilizing a trust, that is not campaign funding. There is no violation, which is why the FEC never actually even pursued this. And so I think the American people see this for what it is. They want to keep President Trump off the campaign trail. They're seeing what's happening in the swing
You know, it's
states
funny though
across
when you think
America.
about it. They're trying to keep him off the campaign trail, but when all these news organizations are forced to run stories with what Donald Trump's saying because it's a court case and he's speaking to the media, you're giving him free advertising, free campaigning. It's fucking crazy. Like I said, he got the 100,000 fucking person rally over this past weekend.
And they're seeing exactly that this is draining down assets and resources that can be utilized by the president to continue to forge ahead, to build a stronger economy, to secure our border, and to get our nation back on track. This is a sham, and that is the only thing this is. Michael Cohen has no credibility, no integrity, and this is weaponization against our president.
Tear him apart, Vivek.
Thank you. I want to thank my colleagues, Governor Burgum, Congressman Mills, and Congressman Donalds, for laying out the political backdrop here. This is a politicized persecution that is nakedly apparent. What I want to do is dive a little bit deeper into what we actually learned today in that courtroom.
Okay.
What do we see in there? First of all, I learned a lot from being in there in person. It is one of the most depressing places I have been in my life, but it is fitting because the only thing more depressing than the environment of that courtroom is what's actually happening in there. It's straight out of a Kafka novel. The prosecution's main strategy appears to be to bore the jurors into submission. And if you look in that direction, sadly, it may appear to actually be working. Now, I would like for anybody here in the press, anybody at home, anybody in MSNBC or the media afterwards, to clearly state what exactly is the crime that Donald Trump committed. Oh, wait. We have not heard a good answer to that question. It has been vague until today. You heard Michael Cohen's testimony, after which I would say it is less clear than ever what that crime actually was. They'll say falsifying business records. Well, let's look at who did we learn falsified business records today? Yet, what, hour, 2 hours? Felt like it could have been 7 hours.
Are they? Okay.
Of Michael Cohen talking about how he falsified business records.
Thanks,
okay, so
Laura.
you have a guy who has been a perjurer in the past that is now saying he falsified business records. What is the crime that Donald Trump committed? Now, it appears to be what they might allege is some sort of bookkeeping error or whatever. The real bookkeeping that we need accounting of is Judge Merchan's own family member collecting millions of dollars as a Democratic operative, using the existence of this trial as a fundraising ploy for Democrats. This is unconscionable. Imagine if the same shoe fit the other foot. Imagine if it was Joe Biden that was on trial. You had a Republican judge whose son was collecting millions of dollars as a Republican operative. What would you all be saying? This
Corruption.
would not be justice. This is injustice at its worst. So let's go even a layer deeper, right? Because let's go even a layer deeper, actually. The alleged crime here is supposedly, they try to point to this every day, that he does not actually use campaign funds, that he used personal funds. Well, let's get this straight. Suppose Donald Trump had used...
Yo, when he's talking about what he's about to say, I did not know it was illegal to use campaign funds to buy suits and get a haircut. That's fucking crazy.
Campaign funds to make a personal expense, they'd be going after him for that. So if they're going to get him going or they're going to get him coming, that is the best proof that this is a politicized sham. Let's go through it piece by piece. If you tell somebody to go buy you a suit and you want to look good on television because that'll affect the voters, the way voters vote for you, you know what? They prosecute politicians if they use campaign funds to buy a suit. Campaign funds to get a haircut because you want to look good to the voters, they will actually prosecute you for using campaign funds for a personal expense. Yet the entire legal theory of this case, the whole case that Alvin Bragg has brought, depends on one premise for them to charge this as a felony, is that Donald Trump somehow should have used campaign funds,
right, Laura?
To make an allegedly personal payment. Yet if he had done that...
Like I say, if I ran, I don't have any suits. And I'd be under the impression, well, my campaign will pay for it. Nope, you're going to jail. I'm like, well, fuck.
Their case against him would be even stronger. This is garbage. That is the best proof that you have that if they're going to get him going or get him coming, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. This is a sham. This is not the United States of America. This is some third-rate banana republic. If this were happening in another country, we would be laughing at them as a sham democracy. I am ashamed as an American citizen to sit here in a courtroom watching the former leader of the free world, and let's be honest, likely next leader of the free world.
Damn right.
Sitting with the
If we still have a
indignity
free
in
world.
this dingy third-rate courtroom with fourth-rate prosecutors and a fifth-rate lawyer on the stand as a witness, who actually is violating attorney-client privilege left and right. Nobody's even talking about that. So this is a shame.
You and me both, Laura.
Shame on the spirit in our
You and me both.
country's history, but we will get through it and be stronger because you know who ultimately actually cast the vote on this case? It's not just the jurors in that jury box. It's every one of you at home. It's every American who votes this November to say no to the weaponization of justice. And if you're at home, you may say, you know what, I don't agree with everything Donald Trump's ever said. You know what, I may not agree with some of his policies even though they were great policies for 4 years. But you do agree, whether you are Democrat or Republican or black or white or gay or straight or man or woman, that our justice system should be blind to politics. That regardless of whether your last name is Biden or Trump, regardless of whether you've been a politician or not, you get a fair shake in our own legal system. And when you have a prosecutor who campaigned on the pledge of going after Trump and then keeps his campaign pledge, when you have a judge whose kids are collecting money from Democratic operatives by fundraising off the very trial that that judge is presiding over, and then telling the U.S. president that he's subject to a gag order, that he can't talk about it, that is not justice. That is a bastardization of what this country was founded on. And I'm here, and all of us are here as friends of Donald Trump, supporting him in our personal capacity, sharing our opinions. That's why we're here today. But I hope every American at home who isn't able to be in that courtroom is able to see what's actually happening there. And when you do, we will have a landslide of historic proportion this November if every American understands the injustice that's playing out in that courtroom today. So may God bless our country. I pray for our future, and let's pray for our country being stronger on the other side of this disgusting sham politician prosecution. Doug?
Yeah, fuck you, Doug. This wasn't about you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, we got 174 days till Trump's. That's what Adam Francisco says. He's pretty fucking awesome. He does pretty much every day. He goes on the streets and talks about Trump, talking to people, spreading awareness. Well, this one actually happened I like because if you listen, the Democrats are telling you Black America supports Joe Biden. Black America supports Joe Biden. So what happens when you ask Black America? Because I've played plenty of videos where Black America's like, fuck that. Well, can I say it? Yeah, fuck that nigga. We need Trump back, is what a lot of them say. Now let's see what the more sophisticated, I guess we should call them, Black Americans think. By the way, there's a lot of females that in this video that are going to be automatic smashes.
As a Black woman in America, I know I might get my Black card revoked. I love Trump.
God bless you.
I love him. Just so you know.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't Black.
I love Trump.
And you ain't Black.
I love Trump.
And you ain't Black.
As a Black Trump supporter, what makes you say that your blackness would be revoked?
Oh, well, our people, supposedly speaking, he's a racist. He believes in grabbing women by they have a lot of things that they say, especially the media.
I've done that. And most of the time it was welcomed. Mainly because, when you got this good dick, girls will let you do what you want.
I mean, if you're talking about fake news and things like that, but the facts are the facts. The man has done bankruptcy 10 times. He's come back from that, and he's able to run our country. So I really do believe in him, and I do believe in his message. I really do. I like Trump. I love you, Trump. Donald.
And
I don't know. People lie. The numbers don't.
Right.
Trump has the numbers.
I love to hear that.
My number.
Oh shit. Hey Trump, you hear that? If you and Melania break up, right?
By the way, Adam Francisco, he's got terminal I think he's stage 4 cancer. He's still waiting on the cure to get better, so that's why this dude just out there spreading the news.
That's right. Thank you so much, ladies. You were great to talk. Who are you voting for this election?
Donald Trump.
And what's one reason you like Trump?
He's gonna help
Yeah, why not?
And see, don't go for Joe Biden because he's gonna make us a what is it called? Yeah, socialist country.
Oh,
a socialist
whoa.
country. That's what we gonna have.
Joe, you hear that? She knows you're trying to make us a socialist country. Ouch, how are you going to get past that one?
No freedom. It's gonna be a lot of lockdown.
Exactly.
So vote for Donald Trump. I did this telemarketing. I know. Republican National Committee. Period.
You like Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he did pretty good during his presidency.
So you don't mind my hat?
No, I don't mind at all.
So, because I mean, I did wear my hat when I approached you.
Yeah.
Did you see it when I approached you?
I didn't notice it.
You notice it?
I don't.
And now that you see it, like, what are your thoughts? What comes to mind?
It still didn't change me. It's just a hat, and that's something you believe in. I support you.
Thank you so much. Would you vote for him if he comes back in 2024 against Biden?
Yes, I would.
Hell yeah.
So you are obviously a person of color like we are.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to not be Trump supporters. So
No,
what
I
is
don't
it about
look
Trump
just
that...
I'm going
like
to tell
her.
you something right now. I was talking to my husband about it earlier, and when I really started educating myself and informing myself on Donald Trump, one thing that I'm passionate about
You know
is
what's weird?
human
It's going
trafficking.
to sound really bad. Oh yeah, of course. Oh shit, what was I going to say? Oh, you notice that a lot of Republican supporters versus Democrat supporters, there's a huge range between, them being 2s and below, and then you have the Republicans, which are essentially 7s and up.
That especially of children. And when I really started digging into
Ah,
it, I
7
saw
Up, get
that
it.
Trump also is a huge supporter. He donated recently $35 million to support human traffic survivors.
All right, Laura. 35 million to human
He
traffic.
also signed legislation very recently to help people that are being trafficked.
See, a lot of people don't remember this about Donald Trump. He was totally against human trafficking, exploitation of children. He was going after these motherfuckers hard.
And that really struck a chord with my heart. And so when I
Amazing.
started really looking into him,
Florida?
I'm about action, I'm not about words, okay?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
like the fact that he says what's on his mind. I like the fact that he doesn't say what he thinks people want to hear from him. And to me, I know everything that he's done for the black community, and I stand behind him.
Beautiful.
100%. I'm not only a Trump supporter, I am a Trump lover. And for the longest time, I've been afraid to come out and say that.
Well, here we go.
Because I didn't want to lose
Yeah, that's crazy.
my blackness or my black friends or whatever. But
Remember what Joe Biden said, if you vote for Trump, you ain't black.
So if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
that's what he said.
That's what he said.
What an idiot.
Unfortunately, as much as I'm not a Trump supporter, he was doing what he was supposed to be doing at the time that he was in office, and if it was for him, we probably would be getting more than just 20,000. He lives up to what he said. Biden, on the other hand, he's slacking a bit.
So in other words, Trump promises made, promises kept. Biden promises made, promises broken.
Unfortunately.
Trump or
Well,
Biden?
you know what,
Unfortunately.
though? The one thing I can say about
Yo,
him, he really
I
is
think
good
that's
on
The Rock's
military.
daughter.
Because I'm military.
Trump is, yeah.
Not her.
Yeah, he really is. He's
I know.
like pro-military, so I do fuck with
Pro-military.
that. He's
And he's anti-war, too. Yeah. He's pro-peace.
Dude, I think that's The Rock's daughter.
Got us into how many wars now?
Now we finna go into war. I'm gonna be honest.
You do?
He did a lot for us, like the stimulus check.
So you were just put up a front before.
Yeah,
You were doing what you were supposed to do.
I was doing what I was supposed
What?
to do.
Yeah.
Biden
there's
tripled your groceries. That's about all he did.
There's a belief that black people have to vote for Democrats, otherwise they ain't black.
I tell you, if you have a problem
Careful,
figuring out
man.
whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black, and you ain't black, and you ain't black.
That's what
Are
Biden
you
said.
saying I'm black?
I'm talking about her.
No, but
I am
you're-
black
according to
though.
Are you half?
Yeah, I'm half.
When you were telling me that the media is the biggest issue, my gut was telling me that you're a Trump girl. Was I right?
You're right. Yeah.
So you're a Trump supporter.
I am.
What's your ethnic background? I'm just curious.
According to what I know, I never did know, what is it called?
Ancestry of 23.
Ancestry,
Yeah.
I never did that. But for what I know, I'm Native American, Ramapo tribe, African American,
Wow.
and Puerto Rican.
All right,
So what
smash.
kind of feedback do you get about your supporting of Trump?
I'm supposed to
combination
be a
right there.
Democrat. I'm
Right.
not supposed to be a Trump supporter, so
Right.
forth. You know, I have my own beliefs on why I agree with the Republican side more than the Democrat side. You know, but that's just my opinion.
And do your friends or family ever give you like pushback for that?
Oh, my grandmother calls Trump my friend.
Really?
What?
She says your friend Trump, and I'm like, Grandma, why
Oh,
is that my friend? I
you
don't
don't
know
like
him.
him.
That's your friend. My grandma.
But don't you wish Trump was your friend?
That would be kind of neat. I'm not.
Am I
gonna
right?
lie.
He'd
Yeah,
probably like you
that
because you're
would.
fancy.
Yo, thank you.
And the last question to wrap things up.
Yeah.
You're a black woman.
Oh, am Why? I didn't know.
I'm a Mexican man. What would you, because I get a lot of feedback, pushback because I'm Mexican immigrant. I got it illegally though. What do you say to the black community that, and why do you support Donald? Like, what would you say to that as a black woman who supports Trump?
I support Trump because I support policy. You know, I was watching a show today with Charlemagne and Stephen A. Smith. They had an interview. And Stephen says that he won't vote for Donald Trump. Not because of the policies, but he just doesn't like his personality. And I'm like,
that's the wrong way to vote.
That's not a reason to not vote for somebody. If you like the policies, if it's good for you, if it's good for your pocketbook, if it's good for your money, if it's good for your house and your community, what the hell does a personality has to do with it? So like Trump says, what the hell do you have to lose?
I love to hear it. Thank you so much. What's your name?
Amanya.
Nice to meet you.
A conservative poet. I got a channel.
Oh, you got one, the conservative poet.
That's me.
Shout it out. How do we find you?
Conservative poet on YouTube.
I grew up in a conservative household. I'm from New York originally, but we're here, of course, in Florida.
What part of New York?
I'm Queens. Jamaica, Queens.
Forest Hills.
133rd Street.
Nice.
Just
Trump is just like, he's a man. He's a man. He makes the money. He knows how to call the shots.
He's a real man.
He's a real man. Trump is a real man.
Sound like she's in love with Trump.
Trump is the man. I was raised right. 2-parent household.
Are you a Trump girl?
Yeah.
All right, so if you could describe 2021 in one word, what would it be?
Joe Biden.
Oh!
Who are you voting for this upcoming election?
Oh, Trump. Like, no way. There's no way. Yeah, nobody else.
And what would you say to a black person that says Trump is racist and therefore you are white adjacent?
I would say that they need to actually pay attention to what he's talking about and understand that if you actually want to become successful as far as money in this country, Democrats are not who you want to vote for, because obviously they're replacing you with illegals.
Right.
They're telling you to your face they're replacing you with illegals. So I don't understand how you can still say, oh, Democrats are da-da-da. No, they are literally replacing you. They're giving them housing in New York. They're giving them housing everywhere else here. They're giving them $10,000 gift cards. Yep. But when you need aid, the state says, sorry, you make too much money. You're over the threshold by $500 a year. Yep. And we're not going to help you. So if you starve, you starve. We don't care. So I don't understand how you pay taxes, but they don't. But, you know, you're not getting help and you're going to still vote for somebody who's going to give your taxes to somebody else.
You get a free Trump hat today.
Yo, imagine if those illegals got taxed for these free fucking money that these states are giving. Oh, that's not really free, guys. The first one was, and now we start taxing it.
Why do you like Trump?
Because he's a smart man.
You want him back?
We shouldn't never let him go.
We need him back, don't we?
Well, yeah.
Are you going to vote for him next election? Mm-hmm. God bless you. That's right. God bless you. Give us to her too. Free Trump flag.
Look like them oil peanut.
That's right. God bless. What'd you say?
I love that man.
Who's that man?
Trump.
You love Trump?
I love him.
Hell yeah.
You're gonna vote for him? God bless you. We have an election coming up in a year and a half, less. It's looking like Trump versus Biden once again.
It was nailed.
It's looking like it's going to be that way.
All right.
So as of right now, if the election were to happen, who do you think you'd be leaning towards?
Trump.
Really?
Yes.
You said that with so much confidence.
Because Biden don't know what he's doing. Biden is making our world
Let me get that thing.
not great again.
Would you date a guy that supports Trump, and would you date a girl that supports Trump?
No.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Wait.
So you're a little more open-minded about it.
I mean, it's
She might be a Trump supporter, bro. She might be a... First of all, you voted for Joe Biden.
I voted for Joe Biden,
calm down.
but you know what? He's f***ing up. I don't know how, but all the black communities tell me, and I think I want Trump in office.
Really?
The yellow man. I mean, the orange man. Next year, I will vote for Trump.
2024, you mean?
2024.
God bless Trump.
God bless Trump.
When did you guys put that sign up?
Hey.
You said when did we put it up?
Yeah.
I think
How old are you? Hold on. Let me take that back.
You didn't have that up when Trump was president, right? So that's probably Joe Biden's
shit.
fault, right? It's Bidenomics.
Trump is all about the money, the business. He's bringing money to America, and that's what we need. America is suffering, and Trump is.
America first.
Oh. That was Adam Francisco. Does a lot of, like I said, street stuff every day. That was just something he put together, which I thought was pretty fucking good, and that's why I had to share it. Looks like I lost everyone, so like I said, I'm gonna cut it short. I was gonna go over some of the shit from the Senate committee hearing today, but you know what? It's the House Judiciary Committee, actually. But anyway, I'm not telling you how to think. I'm just telling you how to think. And at this point, I'm not going to waste any more of my breath because I got cotton mouth and I'm hungry.
Raise my hand and fought your battles. Came back and I'm homeless. Raise my hand and fought your battles. This is how you thank us for our service.
Raise my hand and fought your battles. It's America I serve. And came back and I got no love for cast threw me to the curb. And you wonder why my friend wants to take himself off the earth. Cause this is how you thank us for our service. 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 This is how you thank us for our service. I came back, they called me a sellout. They told me to get my stuff and get the hell out. It seems like they help everyone and they bail out everyone except the best needing our help now. What are they thinking? These people ridiculous. Veterans homeless and in a predicament. Outside the VA, they gripping a pistol with a mental illness. They missing prescription sick. I'm really sick of it, sick to my stomach. I'm done with losing all of my best troopers from suicide shootings, all my better buddies. Done with the government treating us crummy. Done with them using us only for money. Done with them using, abusing us till we all used up in on the street looking all bummy. And yeah, I know what you said. No one made me do it. Put a gun to my head. Yes, I volunteered for the blood that I shed. But who else was there when I was dead? Raise my hand and fought your battles. This America I serve. They came back and I got no love for cast threw me to the curb. And you wonder why my friend wants to take himself off the earth. Cause this is how you thank us for our service. 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 This is how you thank us for our service. When I decided to get up, feels like nothing left, nothing right but my death. No, it seems like I got it with this stupid hat that's designed. I'm a veteran, don't get respect now. Okay, what about some of these leaders? They taking advantage of some of these ladies. They raping them. If they don't take it, the break, they ain't making it. No, they in pain from the faking. It makes me sick. I'm really sick of it, sick to my stomach. I'm done with losing all of my best troopers from suicide shootings, all my better buddies. Done with the government treating us crummy. Done with them using us only for money. Done with them using, abusing us till we all used up in on the street looking all bummy. And yeah, I know what you said. No one made me do it. Put a gun to my head. Yes, I volunteered for the blood that I shed. But who else was there when I was dead? Raise my hand and fought your battles. This America I serve. They came back and I got no love for cast threw me to the curb. And you wonder why my friend wants to take himself off the earth. Cause this is how you thank us for our service. 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 This is how you thank us for our service. This is how you thank us for